SoundPeats sent me their Capsule3 Pro, and if that sounds familiar, that's because I recently reviewed their newer Capsule3 Pro Plus. But apparently the older Capsule3 Pro is still a popular model of theirs, and they asked me to try it and compare it with the Pro Plus. They are quite similar, so a lot of what I said about the Pro Plus will also apply to this model. The Capsule3 Pro is around $70 and the Pro Plus is around $90. The Capsule3 Pro has the same case and earphone design as the 3 Pro Plus. Both are relatively small and fit comfortably in my pocket, with a lid that snaps closed with a magnet. Overall, the case feels well built and secure to help keep your earphones safe. Both feature ANC, but the Pro Plus uses an adaptive ANC that advertises the use of AI to improve the ANC quality. And to be honest, I wasn't really able to compare the full capabilities of their ANC too much. In part because I just don't really like ANC in earphones, and also because I'll often be using these while at work during my testing period, and I usually choose to just keep them in their normal mode and just wear full hearing protection over top of them when I'm working with pneumatic tools. ANC just isn't enough to be hearing protection in those situations, so please take care of your ears. The biggest difference that seems to add extra cost to the Pro Plus model over the standard 3 Pro seems to be the driver configuration and the tuning changes. The Capsule3 Pro uses a single dynamic driver, and the 3 Pro Plus advertises that it also uses a hybrid XMEMS driver along with a dynamic driver. The effect that this has on the response is the upper treble gets quite a boost over the original. The effect that this has is that the 3 Pro Plus ends up having quite a bit of a treble boost over the original 3 Pro. Now remember, with this type of measurement system, frequencies that are high are not accurate for comparison. While this graph does show that the Pro Plus has more treble than the Pro, the amount of difference between the two shouldn't really be relied on that much. As well, things like the location of peaks and the overall shape of the frequency response will also be different from person to person, especially in the treble. Now, in the video that I did on the Capsule3 Pro Plus, I did say that I wasn't a big fan of the treble. Much of the treble boost is in the upper treble, which gives everything a slight hiss or edge to how things sound. The overall sound signature isn't bright, and there is actually quite a bit of a low end to the sound, but I find that it just has too much upper treble, especially if I listen on higher levels. With this model, the Capsule3 Pro without the XMEMS driver, I don't have that same issue with the high treble, and it sounds a lot more like a typical true wireless earphone that's tuned somewhat close to the Harman target. Unfortunately, while I don't have the same upper treble emphasis, it does seem to have a bit more energy around 5 to 6 kHz, where I sometimes have issues with IEMs, causing me to hear things like snare hits as if they come across a bit harsh. Of course, while listening at lower levels, this isn't much of a problem. I will also say that the bass on the Capsule3 Pro sounds a little bit less snappy than the Pro Plus. I think most of this is probably down to the difference in the treble presentation, and the Pro Plus having more upper treble might help the low end to have a bit more sense of impact. So all in all, they are quite similar, and while I do have some issues with both in regard to their tuning, I will admit I have been using the Capsule3 Pro Plus a lot while at work as a comfortable true wireless earphone to use at lower volumes and just listening to YouTube videos or streams in the background. The Capsule3 Pro is very similar, and as a device just focused on convenience and comfort for longer listening sessions, I do like it for that. Just as something purely for music enjoyment, I still most often will choose to go with a wired IEM that is probably going to be cheaper.